Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. My name is yoadrian, and today we're actually going to be taking a look at EUP once again, but we're actually going to be looking at the Serve and Rescue pack, which is basically anything other than law enforcement. So it's going to be the exact same way as I showed off in the last episode. Tap F11 or whatever you set your key binding to, which will bring up the menu. And here's Serve and Rescue, which I believe this is 1.2. It did update from the last time as well, so there's a couple different new uniforms and whatnot, and a couple different categories you can go under uniforms and whatnot. Let's actually go ahead and start this off with the Los Santos Fire Department. And like I said in the emergency or the Law and Order pack 8.0, if you guys do see a uniform you guys like in here, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see it. I am trying to do more GTA 5 first responder stuff, so going into fire department, paramedic, lifeguard, all that fun stuff. So I'm trying to get more into that as well, just because I have a shit ton of like fire trucks and ambulances downloaded and stuff that are just kind of sitting on my computer. So I do want to try to get into more first responder stuff other than just LSPDFR. So like I said, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see any of these uniforms. Let's go ahead and hop in this video. Hit that like button if you haven't already. If you are enjoying, let's get this thing started. LSFD, you got bunker pants. So basically, like if you're out at the station or whatever, just chilling. You have turnouts, so everything but the helmet, basically. PPE gear, so this is basically like your full-on deck fireman. Class A, which is like kind of the same thing as you saw in the last episode, where losing a tie, the name badge is kind of patched on. Then you're going to your short sleeve. This is kind of like if you're going out, like I don't know, like you're the supervisor, or if you're going out to like something or whatever. You also have fire department EMT B, as well as you losing your long sleeve, getting your short sleeve in. So you have LSFD t-shirt, which I know a majority of the fire department t-shirts actually all look the same. They just have a different city name and whatnot. You have LSFD jacket as well, which looks pretty nice. Actually, I like this one. Got your patches. It says Los Santos City Fire Department on the back. Really cool. Then you have your winter jacket, which it's kind of like not a coat, but it's a jacket. And that is it for LSFD, as well as you got your stethoscope and whatnot since you are the EMT. Let's go ahead and go to LSCOFD, Los Santos County Fire Department. Okay, so same thing. You got your turnouts, bunker pants, your PPE gear. I'm not really sure what the difference between Los Santos and Los Santos County FD is. I feel like they'd be the exact same thing, but I could be wrong. Then you have your same thing. Actually, let me see something real quick, because that says County of Los Santos Fire Department. So let me see if these patches are actually the same. No, they are different. They're different, but the uniforms are basically the same. Okay, so that makes sense. Then same thing, losing a tie, and then short sleeve. But you do have a radio on you, as well as that's about it. You do have the radio on you. Then you have like your EMT thing. Your patch does change a little bit, as you can see there. You only have the patch on the one side. In Class C, you got your short sleeve. You have your t-shirt, which looks different because it's actually in like a badge form instead of like the front, but the back is pretty much still the same. And you have your jacket, and then you have your winter jacket. And you also have your water rescue. So the county does water rescue, where I guess the city does not. This is kind of like the harbor stuff that you saw with the Law and Order pack, except just going in for like water rescue for the fire department. You also have Blaine County Fire Department. So it actually says EMT on the back of the shirt, as you can see in the mirror. And you have your turnout, as well as your PPE gear. So this is for Blaine County Fire Department. And I'm pretty sure you can also change out some stuff in the accessories as well. I'm not 100% sure with these I'm not like with these serve and rescue uniforms. I know with the police uniforms you can actually like customize stuff and whatnot. So you also have your blank fireman, your fancy suit and tie and pants and whatnot. Then you also, same thing, you're losing your tie. And then your short sleeve. And you have your EMT as well, which is gonna have a different shirt than what the normal other ones did, because in the other ones they were the same color, so you actually get a different color shirt this time, which is pretty cool. Got your short sleeve, and then instead of it actually saying Blaine County Fire Department on the back, it says EMT, and it just says Blaine County Fire Department Fire and Rescue on the front. And you have your jacket, same thing, says EMT, winter jacket, and then you also have your water rescue for Blaine County, which is kind of an ugly vest in my opinion, just because it's yellow. So I'm not really a fan of yellow. But yeah, that's kind of like an ugly vest. You also have SAMS, which is San Andreas Medical Services. You have your EMT there. You have your EMT Class B, and then your Class C, which actually, Class A, you have a tie, and it says you're a registered nurse. Class B, you actually have a stethoscope and a radio. And then you go to Class C, short sleeve, you have a stethoscope, but you lose the radio, except you have the radio on the side there with the wire going into the belt there, it looks like. You also have your jacket, which the radio goes back on your chest. And then you have your paramedic winter jacket, which where I work at, a lot of paramedics come in wearing this thing since it's kind of cold outside. They actually have the same kind of jacket. They wear it over it, and it does say paramedic on the back there, as you can see in the mirror. Then you have your United States Coast Guard fatigues, which I feel like this is, I don't know what they would use the fatigues for. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Then you have like your actual Coast Guard uniform if you're out doing rescues and whatnot. Coast Guard apparently has a SWAT thing, which I did not know either. I didn't realize they were like a SWAT type thing either. And you have your one piece. So I thought this was more Coast Guard. I didn't realize they actually had like SWAT. So you have your one piece, your swimmer, which is the same thing except like the front, like the mask changes, and then you have like different color sleeves. You also have your jumpsuit, and I thought this was more Coast Guard. I didn't realize that they had SWAT uniforms. So that's something I did not know. Then you have like your pilot as well. So it's like your Coast Guard type stuff. It says USCG on the back there. You have a lifeguard. So this is different than what you saw with the Ranger lifeguard. This is actually like a legit lifeguard. You're shirtless. Got your little lifeguard shorts there, the red and white. Little fanny pack, radio. Then you have lifeguard with the clothes on, with the polo. It says Los Santos lifeguard. And then same thing on the back. Just a little bit of a bigger badge. Or patch, I want to say. And you have one with the vest as well. It says lifeguard on the back. Not too many customization options you can really do for a lifeguard. You've got National Guard as well. So your fatigues. And then you also have your combat uniform. So we could do some like National Guard type stuff as well. So like let's say like we'll have the flooding going on in the Midwest. You can go out there to help with Coast Guard, Army, all that fun stuff. You have your United States Air Force and your fatigues as well. Then you have your pilot uniform. So I feel like this would be pretty cool, something we can actually do in a video as well, if I can try to figure out like what to do with the Air Force pilots and stuff like that. Because I'm not really good at flying planes, and I don't feel like flying planes in a formation with my flying skills would be good. So we'll see about that one. This is actually a brand new one right here. It's parking enforcement. So you can actually be a meter maid as like a fancy meter maid. So you have City of Los Santos traffic officer. So basically you're not technically a police officer. You do have like a parking enforcement badge, but you're not a legit police officer. And same thing here. You lose a tie, you gain a cap, which is kind of cool, even though it just says City, I think it says Los Santos. Yeah, it says Los Santos County. And then here you just lose a long sleeve, which is basically the same thing we've been kind of looking at. But you do have a radio. It's a radio and for backup. I think you have like, I don't know what will be in those pouches though. I don't know. Like I don't think it'd be a ticket book or anything. And then you also have like your security guard, which is pretty cool. Group sex, security. You have your hat there. Class B, you lose the hat, you lose a tie. And then Class C, you're just short sleeve with a hat. You also have a winter uniform, private security officer, which is really cool. That's something that's brand new, I believe, because I don't remember ever having a winter security guard out there in the older version of EUP. Let's actually go on the back here so you can see. We have Armored Division Class A, which is basically the same thing, Group Sex, just different uniform. I feel like these are the kind of ones that actually go out, like patrol, like those money trucks and whatnot. That's kind of what we would kind of use this for. Class B, different shirt on with the vest and a hat. And then on the back here it says Group Sex, which is kind of funny because it sounds like Group Sex Security, which is kind of weird. But then Class B, Class C, your short sleeve. Same uniform, just short sleeve. And you also have VIP security, so like a bouncer. And then you also have a bouncer. So, I mean, I guess VIP security is something else. Like, I want to say like a concert event or whatever. And then a bounce, not a concert event, but like a high class event, like the Emmys or whatnot. Then you have your bouncer, Merryweather, which is something that was also in the older thing of EUP. So you have your Merryweather security, Meriwether security there on the back. Flashlight, firearm, your armed security. Got a shit ton of keys on that thing, which is weird. But you do have a shit ton of keys on that. Then you also have armored Meriwether security. You have Meriwether Mercenary, which I don't know. I'm not really feeling this uniform. You also have an armored Mercenary, which I don't know. Not feeling those pants though. Those look really weird. Then you also have a Black Ops Mercenary, as well as a UCP Mercenary. So, not really sure what these are for, like Meriwether security, because I don't really think security would actually go into like riot stuff like this. But I could be wrong though. I've been wrong before, so I don't know. Next thing is we have is sanitation. So this is, like I said, this is serve and rescue, but this is also kind of like different jobs you can do. So you have male sanitation coveralls, a waste collector, and then a janitor. So this is kind of like also like different jobs you can do throughout Los Santos. So like here you have construction, so you can do like mechanic coveralls. If you want to be a mechanic, you can also be a private contractor, public worker, or public worker in overalls, stuff like that. So different like jobs you can do. You can also be a post-op driver. And you also have your Bermudas, which is like your standard UPS thing. You can also be a post office or go postal delivery guy. Pretty cool stuff. I feel like I have some videos planned for this kind of stuff. You can also be you're a health professional, so you can actually be a mail coroner. So you can actually be the coroner and actually drive to the crime scene perfectly fine instead of just being a stupid coroner like half the time when you play LSPDFR. You also have a male nurse, which is awesome because you can actually be like a nurse on scene if you're like doing like an EMT episode or whatnot, which I think is pretty awesome. Then you also have some bonus uniforms, and yes, these are some weird uniforms. You can be a patient, so legit you can actually be like a patient if you got injured in a shootout and whatnot. And if you're like a YouTuber and you want to cut to seem like you're in the hospital, you can actually be a patient in the hospital with like, if you like had a gunshot wound or whatever. So that's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool. Luckily they have you keep your underwear on, because I feel like that'd be kind of weird having your ass crack hanging out. But then you can also be a prisoner. So yes, like let's say you're doing like a chase me episode, or if you guys remember 0.3 in 0.3, they had this thing where it's chase me, where basically you're the bad guy, the police chase you around the map, and you get arrested. You can actually spawn yourself in the jail, and then you could be an actual prisoner, which I think is pretty awesome. And that's all we got for Serve and Rescue, but I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. Let me know if you did. Hit that like button if you did. Like I said in the last episode and before, if you guys want to see any of these uniforms, drop it down in the comments down below, and don't just say, can you do LSFD? Tell me like you want to see turnouts, you want to see PPE gear, fireman class B, etc., 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 so I know. So if like let's say you say do lifeguard, okay, well, do you want lifeguard vest, lifeguard clothes, lifeguard bath suit, etc., etc., etc. So, but yeah guys, if you did enjoy, hit that like button. Follow me on all the social medias. Everything is down in the description below. And I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.